Hi, I'm Ken Boyer from Ohio State University. I'd like to take this opportunity to introduce you to Operations and Supply Chain Management for the 21st Century, written by myself and Rohit Verma from Cornell University. While this book is quite good, we'd like to introduce this, the 21st century version, the Apple iPad with iBook, and we hope to have this ready by July 15th. Today we have one test chapter, Chapter 7, Dependent Demand. This product will run on multiple platforms. So it will run on Apple iPad, iPod, iPhone, any laptop, netbook, or desktop computer, and in fact any application that will run the industry standard EPUB format. Now note, if it's on a Kindle or a Nook or some other device like that, it will run and you'll be able to read the text and see pictures, but it will not show color pictures, video, or Excel spreadsheets. So with that, let's transition and look at some of the key features of this new product. Here we have an overview of the features for the iBook. It will be cheaper than printed books, of course, because printed books have about $25 or $30 of cost. Other features that we'll go through include direct links to illustrative videos, the lecturing professor, links to spreadsheets, the ability to highlight and take notes, and definitions. So to view, what does an iBook look like? First, you go to your bookshelf, and on your bookshelf you can open up to the printed book. It opens up with a cover page, and if I turn the page, we see the beginning of Chapter 7, Dependent Demand. On Dependent Demand, we can click on the video link, which takes us outside of the iBook. We click Open, and a video, Fairfax Meadow, a UK butcher that uses an ERP system. If you turn the iPad sideways, you get a full screen.
Hotels, pubs and restaurants. We have a head office based in Derby.
We won't go through the whole video, but this is a 5-minute video that shows how ERP systems are used to place orders, to plan production, plan inventory, basically move the meat. Now we can go back to the ebook by pressing the Apple key and pressing on iBooks, and we can look for other features. So my favorite feature is you can go from page to page to page, and of course if you want to see 2 pages at a time, you turn the iPad sideways, and what you can see is 2 pages at a time for condensed viewing. We can go directly to a page by hitting at the bottom, and we're going to go to the lecturing professor, which is on page 76. And you can go directly to a page. And on this page, what we see is we have solved problem 3. Every textbook in the world has the before, the problem, and then it goes in to the solution. But what an iBook offers is a new feature. If we click on the link for the lecturing professor, it will open a video which takes us to a recorded narration of how to solve that problem.
This is a solution to working solve problem 3. And the textbook says the master schedule for item A calls for 150 units in week 3, 140 units in week 4, 200 units in week 6, and 800 units in week 8. For part A, for part B, you can see that we're going to need 2 units of B for each unit of A. So we've got recorded that already we have the planning factors. Item B has a beginning inventory of 100, 1.
So you can see that this is a video to work through step by step the problems. Student can watch this as many times as they want, and at any point can go back to the iBook. In the iBook, we'll see a couple other features. So, for example, one of the other features is the solved problem. In the textbook, we have the problem worked out, but what you can't get is an additional spreadsheet. So if we hit the @ symbol at any point, the @ symbol clicks to a spreadsheet, which we will open in Numbers, which is Apple's version of Microsoft Excel. And in doing so, what we can do is work on the complete spreadsheet. So what we have here is the bill of materials for solve problem 3, the solution for parts B, C, and D. But what we can do here that's a little bit different, that you can't do in a textbook, this number, so we can change the master schedule quantity in week 7 to 5,896, and if we hit done, what changes is you can see that this has resulted in a new gross requirement of 17,688 in week 7, a new order of 17,500 in week 7, and that this feeds down to make a gross requirement of 35,000 for part E in week 4. And that what you can do with this is go through and see all the particular changes. Now, if we go back to the book, there are a couple more features to show. So going back to the iBook, many people ask, can I take notes on this? So for example, we can highlight any section. Say this is interesting, and we can bookmark this in blue. We can change it to pink if we like. And eventually, there's not this capability, we'll be able to write notes and say that this is interesting or a good feature or whatever. The last thing to show you is, again, throughout the book we have multiple applications of that symbol. So here is figure 7.10. If we go back a couple pages, see how we have the ability to page through. We click the add symbol for figure 7.9, and again this will open in Numbers, and in Numbers it will download and we'll have the ability to dynamically alter the spreadsheet. So if I turn this sideways, what we can see is here is all of figure 7.9 with all the parts involved in making a bicycle. You can page through and look at this. You can also zoom in, and for the master schedule for week 4 we can change this quantity to be 7,899 and hit done. And if you watch carefully, it updates the gross requirements for week 4 for item A130 and updates the orders. As we can see in a dynamic spreadsheet, it updates all of the orders. So here's a 15,800 unit order for week 3 for part B100. So again, this gives you the ability to dynamically play with the spreadsheet. The last thing to show you in the iBook is that eventually, we're having this coded right now. This should be done within the next few weeks. Definitions in current textbooks are all printed out to the side and it gets very jumbled. But eventually, we're going to have coded where on the first page of the chapter, we can go to a definition such as, let's just say we're doing MRP. This will appear in color. You click on this and the definition will pop up. So with that, we will conclude our demonstration of the iBook. That completes our tour of the iBook of Operations and Supply Chain Management for the 21st Century. Rohit Verma and I hope to have a version of this done by July 15th. We are very interested in your feedback. This is the way of the future, cheaper, with more features than a printed book. Please feel free to email me at boyer.9@osu.edu and complete the survey link that I've sent you to tell me what you think about the iBook feature. Thank you very much. Take care.